This is going to be a big one. I know a lot of people love this doll, and I'm super excited to bring you my review of the 17-inch limited edition Snow Queen Elsa doll from the Disney store. So as usual, let's start off by looking at Elsa's box first. As I said with my Coronation Anna review, I do find that the Frozen boxes aren't as detailed as some of the other ones are. They are pretty plain, but sometimes less is more, right? If you look in the top corner, it has the usual Disney store logo. For some reason, Elsa's one though is kind of like pushed all the way up. It's not like as centered in the corner as some of the other ones. I don't know why that is. But yeah, there's that. And then you have the 6+ logo in the top right hand corner in a snowflake design. And Elsa's window is like a really cool like Nordic cutout with like a very soft like powder blue edging, and then it's got some Norwegian rose mailing effects in powder blue and like a darker cyan blue, and it's like got the rose mailing at the top. It goes all the way down there like that with some more in the bottom corners, and then at the bottom it says Elsa, if I can get this to focus. It says limited edition 1 of 2,500 Elsa. As you turn the box to the side, I find that Elsa's one, I love the simplicity of Elsa's one. I think it works a lot better than Anna's one because it's got like a snowflake design, like it's dripping all the way down. And that kind of reminds me of like the ice chandelier that she created when she created her ice palace during the Let It Go scene. I love that. And then at the bottom it's like a snowflake like inflecting upwards. And then on the back of the box you have the same cutout shape all the way. And the one thing about the Frozen boxes that I love, and they've started doing them on some of the newer ones, is that they've got silhouettes of the characters here. I don't know what that is there. They've got silhouettes of the characters, so that it's got Elsa's silhouette with her long flowing hair. It says from the movie Disney Frozen, with the normal stuff, certificate of authenticity and display stand included. So taking the top plastic window off so we can have a look at her more closely, we can look at the background. Now the background is similar to Anna's Coronation one with like the wallpaper style Nordic like check embroidery at the back. But then like the actual background itself is like a Nordic tapestry, which I think is really cool. It's got, I think that's either Arendelle. I think it is Arendelle when it was done in ice. It's not her palace, it doesn't look like it. But the tapestry is of Arendelle in ice in the background. And then the certificate of authenticity located at the bottom that you pull out. It looks like that. It's got Elsa's silhouette at the top. There's no like emblazoned like holographic bits like some of the earlier ones. But it's a very plain one. I love the silhouette at the top and like the snowflake backgrounds, and mine is 2,134 of 2,500. So let's look at Elsa herself. It's no surprise why this Elsa is the most popular Elsa of the three. Not only is it because she's in her iconic Snow Queen outfit, but also because the detail in this doll is absolutely immaculate. There's a few nitty-gritty pieces that I'll get into as to what I don't like about it. But overall I love this one and I'm glad to have it. Let's start off with her face. She's got, it looks exactly like Elsa. I think people have complained that the face mold isn't like capturing Elsa's like personality and like, it doesn't actually look like her, but I actually think it does. Like, she's glancing over to the side, she's got her big blue eyes, her like really deep blood red lips. She's got like really dark like mauve eyeshadow there with rooted eyelashes. The eyelashes, like they're rooted all the way around. They're not obscenely long, but they are really nice. They kind of give her this really like over the shoulder like model look. Like looking closer at Elsa, how can you say that doesn't look like Elsa? I think that the face mold on this one is perfect. She's even got a little like smirk going on and a few freckles. Not as much as Anna, but they're there. And her blushing is there is quite a lot of blushing. It's a very obvious peach blushing, which I'm surprised because she's supposed to be really cold, right? Her hair, this is one of the nitty-gritty bits that I don't like. If you look at Elsa's hair in the film and in a lot of her photos, her hair isn't like as slick back as this. Like this looks like they've literally like gelled it back. It is gelled back, like this is all like rock solid, and she's got like a little signature like frill there. But like in the film her hair is a bit more wild and like it's slick back, but it like comes out like a bit like a mane, which I really liked. And they didn't capture that, they've just sluck it back flat completely. But it's not like a platinum blonde, it's like a warm yellowish blonde. Her hair, I feel, is a lot more whiter, so they should have done it a bit whiter, I think. But it adds like a warmth to the hair that I think they kind of wanted to capture a little bit. It goes all the way down in her like iconic braid that goes all the way down there. If you look, it like trails behind her. It's her iconic braid that she like swings around. And inside her braid, which is in the movie but they're a lot more exaggerated in the doll, there's these two like crystal snowflake like charms that go in her hair, which I think add a really nice touch to the doll. It's a really nice attention to detail there. As you move down, let's look at her bodice. She has like a sweetheart shaped bodice, and it is literally like encrusted with like rectangular reflective mirrored jewels, and they look absolutely gorgeous. They've literally covered the entire bodice, the sweetheart bodice, and it like scatters all the way down, and it kind of like goes all the way down the main part of the actual dress itself, and they're like dispersed, so they're not like all the way like concentrated here and like continuing, they're just dispersed, which adds like a really nice simplicity to it, I feel. The material of the dress is like a silky like chiffon style. It's very soft to the touch, and it goes all the way down. And then at the top of it, like the collar, this is like an organza style material. This here is organza in there. It's like the trim of her neckline is it's got like cobalt blue like rhinestones going all the way around and on the shoulder part there, and then her sleeves go all the way down like they do in the film, like that, and it's all organza on both sides, and her other arm is at the back there. And then we move on to probably the best part and the most detailed part, which is her cape, which you can see here. It's kind of sewn to the sides, kind of like the classic dolls are. That's another thing a lot of people have said, that the Snow Queen Elsa is like an overly blinged classic doll, but I disagree completely. It is sewn the same as the classic doll, but the detail is there. There's no way it's anything like a classic doll. On the side here, it's like embroidered all the way down with like, it looks like a leaf to me, like a leafing pattern, but it can't be. It's got to be something to do with like snow. You kind of get my drift when I say it's kind of like a leaf, and it's like embroidered into the organza. Her entire cape is organza, so you can see it there. And then on the embroidery itself, that you've got those same cobalt blue like crystals that like go all the way down the patterning there. And that's literally on both sides of the cape. And now the best part is the actual snowflakes that are embroidered onto the cape that flow all the way around. So as you can see, like her cape is like twisted around her, so you can see it while it's positioned in the box. But if you do debox her, it does, and you like unravel the cape, these snowflakes are like imprinted all the way around. But I like the way they've positioned her in the box, so you can see all the detail if you don't want to debox her. But if you can see like all the snowflake details, they are absolutely incredible. Like each point is like adorned with like a cobalt blue crystal, and like there's the smaller ones there with more crystals. The big snowflake here, I read that it is it's called Elsa snowflake, because I believe this is like the snowflake that's very unique to Elsa's magic. I think she created this snowflake. But you can see the detail in that, all the embroidery that's gone into that. Every single one of them, even the small ones, just look how stunning that is, and they all lie together. And the one thing about the cape that I absolutely adore is like the sheer frosting on it. You look at that, you have to really, like, you have to look at the doll up close to get it. Like the pictures don't do this justice at all, but if you can look at that, it's got like a frosting to make it look like actual frost has settled on the cape. She's Snow Queen Elsa, she's Queen of Snow, so why not have that frost on her cape? And they've done it so well, like it glistens in the light. Can you see that? Like, honestly, the detail on Snow Queen Elsa is absolutely gorgeous, and I'm really not surprised that she is as popular as she is. And finally, Elsa's shoes. Unfortunately, I can't get into there because the cape is sewn down here, and I can't like lift her dress up there to look because it's sewn down. But her shoes, I've seen like pictures of her deboxed. They are exactly the same as they are in the film, like those really like detailed snowflake style shoes, heels in fact, that come up that are made of ice. They are exactly like that, and like I said in some of the other doll reviews, I love that Disney don't skip detail, because for people that don't debox, like, Disney could be lazy and just give them really lame flats, but the fact that they go all out and give them the amazing details on the shoes as well, even though some of you might not see it, it's an amazing thing. So yeah, Elsa was released just before Frozen came out in the theatres. She retailed for £60, I believe, and I think she was $100 in the US. Sorry if I get the calculations wrong, but I know she was £60 when she came out in the UK. If I remember correctly, I remember she was sitting around, along with Coronation Anna, on the shelves for a while before like the Frozen hype totally took over. And I kick myself in the head for so long for not getting her at the time. Otherwise I wouldn't have had to pay, like, it wasn't that bad of a price, but compared to what she retailed for. But yeah, like, Snow Queen Elsa is one of the ever popular ones that she just keeps growing in popularity every single day. I know a lot of people are looking for her. And my honest advice to all of you is, if you can get her for an amazing price now, get her like ASAP, as much as your bank balance would let you, because the prices of these dolls, especially the popular ones, can double just like that when something new from Disney comes out. So if you have a chance to get her, get her. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope some of you who may have some like deals for Snow Queen Elsa, I hope this has like swayed you to go and buy her. Let me know if you've got her and what you think of her down there in the comments, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!